Pick the Nintendo Shack and pray. Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening says, yo.
Does Discord know? Oh, that's right. Restream tells everybody now.
All of that went over the live stream. Greetings, Koopalings, and welcome back to the Nintendo Shack. My name is Donnie Reese, and tonight we record episode 102 of the Nintendo Shack podcast titled Catching Up. Joining me, as she does every week here in our little Nintendo Shack of goodness, is Miss Caroline. What's up, girl?
It's been a while since it's been both of us, just both of us.
Yeah, we've been on the little circuit tour de force of late with the special show and the guests, and then the 100 show, and yeah. So that was the first thing I thought of when I started doing notes for this episode. I was like, man, it's been a minute since we sat down and just got a chance to talk.
Yeah, man.
So I brought some stuff to talk about. How about you? Same.
Catching up indeed.
Before we begin the show, we would be remiss if we didn't thank those that produce the show over at patreon.com/PSVG. So going backwards this time, thanks go to Joel, the Professor Switch Voss, Paul Calico, Benny Lou, Kyle Hyman, Devin Tice, Chris McElfresh, Josh Borboni, The Bonesaw, Barry Cathcart, and Edwin Callow.
I bet that was difficult to do.
Nah. Now, on the 100 episode, I told you that I had an idea to replace the Diss Donnie intro. Because, you know, every podcast, you got to start with a little foreplay. You gotta loosen it up. You got to get people ready to talk.
Okay, sure, if you want to call it that.
Here's my idea. Now, I totally ripped it off of Colin Moriarty's brother. He did this on one of their Patreon shows, but he didn't do it like the way that I was thinking. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to create a gaming-focused Mad Lib, and you are going to pick the things, and then I'll read it. How about that?
Sweet. That sounds good.
And so we'll use a patron. Every week we'll use a patron in the story. So every week you will have to, we'll pick a patron, and you'll have to pick a game, and then I'll let you fill out the rest of the Mad Lib, and then I'll read it. And that's how we'll start the show.
That's very good. I like that a lot.
I thought so. I thought it was really good.
Woohoo!
Caroline, let's jump into what we've been playing or doing or watching or whatever you've been up to. So let's start with you. Ladies first. What's been going on?
Well, I'm currently going through Blue Reliance route on Fire Emblem. I'm still playing that Fire Emblem game. It's wonderful.
That's crazy.
I mean, I can't get enough of it. I haven't finished the Claude route yet, but I've seen so much very female hormone-inducing stuff about Dimitri and female Byleth that I was just like, I have to experience this for myself. I have to live vicariously through Byleth and get the husbando Dimitri going. So I got all the other kids from the other classes today. I finished.
Wow.
I have every child that you can recruit from the other classes.
How big is your party?
That's the thing. You can only use maybe like a third of the group.
Yeah, yeah.
The only ones that I couldn't recruit were Edelgard and Hubert, her right-hand man, and Claude. But you could actually steal Hilda away from Claude, which is funny. She's not actually like attached to
Yeah, I took her too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's good stuff. So yeah, I'm working on that. It's fun stuff. I played that.
Have you got to the part where he crushes the mask and everything? Have you done all that?
Don't spoil things.
Oh, dude, come on, it's been like 10 weeks now.
I haven't seen it, so I've been spoilering things away. But anyway,
you saw it though. You said you had already seen it.
Yeah, but I haven't gotten to that part.
It's dope. It's so good.
So Untitled Goose Game, I played that.
Ooh, so did I.
It was such we can talk both about it then.
Yeah.
It was such I wanted this game looking at way back when it was teased, like almost 2 years ago.
I can vouch for you in that one. Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, this game looks hilarious. It's very short. Mm-hmm. It's very simple, but it is so rewarding in the things that you can do. Just you get rewarded for being a complete jerk. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's just a goose being a goose. Goose is gonna goose, and it gets into all sorts of havoc, trouble. And I noticed in the beginning, I said, "What's up with that pit of broken bells right next to its nest?" So I picked up on that, and I noticed it. And so in the very last model village area that you're in, you're supposed to steal the bell from the model cathedral. And I'm like, this has happened with this goose many, many, many times before. I think my favorite things were to actually go through and find the secrets.
Mm-hmm.
I accidentally caused the boy that's scared of you in the second area to...
Is it like a boat or an airplane?
He has an airplane,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I accidentally... I knew that I needed to trip him because I saw that in the notes. It said, you make sure you steal his glasses. But I made him trip by accident in the puddle, and it gave me a secret cross off it. So it's like, you made him trip in the puddle. I was like, oh, sweet, there's secrets. So then I was trying to just do stuff to do things to get them marked off my list. I think I've done all but a couple. I'll go back to it eventually, but once you've beaten the game, it's just kind of, That's definitely a game that I want to, whenever somebody's over and just you're playing games, like, let me introduce you to Goose Game, because I feel like it's something short, simple, and sweet that they would get a kick out of it, and you could just probably wreak havoc together while you're hanging out in one sitting.
I would agree with you on that one. The first time I saw Goose Game, I didn't think I'd want it because I thought it was going to be like a cute animal game. When the internet memedom went crazy with it, and I started seeing Last of Us Goose pictures and Cuphead Goose pictures and Smash Brothers Goose pictures and all the Goose, then I bought it. I read reviews before I bought it, and the takeaway that I came away from reviews was, I don't think I'm going to like this game, and having played it, I really don't. I'm not going to like it. Yeah, I really don't like it. It's like hashtag not a Donnie game. This is like in that Octodad, like you gotta hold the trigger to do the modifier to carry the thing, but use the, you're holding 6 buttons at a time and moving the stick. It's like, it's just one of those weird controlling games, which I thought that's what it is. I knew what it was going into it. So don't let that lessen any of your enthusiasm for the game.
It's so much fun.
Plus the puzzling, you just gotta go figure out all the little,
That's
all
what I
the
like. I like
algorithms.
the puzzle aspect of it.
I've zero regrets with this game at all. I played half of it maybe, because when I first booted up and I started playing it, it caught the attention of my wife, who went to Clayton State University, you're familiar with, which has a ton of geese. Yeah. So she has a history with mean geese, and she loved this
really
idea.
Are there.
She was like, "You just play as a mean goose." It's like, that's all you do, and you just honk at people and steal their keys and throw this rake in throw this rake in the lake and take the boy's airplane. And so she loved it. She took it from me and started playing, which caught the attention of my daughter, who told her she was doing it wrong. So then they both started playing, and then it caught the attention of Jack. So they all started playing it. So a lot of me playing, I did play the game, but a lot of me playing has been watching them play. Mm-hmm. They are having a blast with it. Whereas I, like I said, it's not too far down my path, but I'm very happy that I bought it. It's very, very funny. The Twitterdom that Goose has is so much better than the actual game itself. It's so good.
For Smash. Oh gosh, I was going through Pinterest the other day, and I have boards for all of my favorite video games, and of course I'm going through the Fire Emblem stuff, and there's one where Goose has stolen Edelgard's sword, and Dimitri's like, "Oh my god!" They're just freaking out about the sword. It's really cute. Good stuff. Other than that, I've been playing World of Warcraft still. Of course. That's not a Nintendo thing, but I have
you beat that game yet?
You don't beat WoW. So I have to just share in my excitement a little bit. There is first of all, if you have a hunter, which is a class, they are able to tame certain animals, like monsters that you fight. Sure. In the wild, and some of them are pretty rare to find and really difficult to capture because you're fighting with everybody else on the server. Their spawn times are very low, stuff like that. So there was this one. It's a snow leopard, and I've wanted to tame this thing since I played Wrath of the Lich King, which was the 3rd expansion way back in 2010, and I never did. Never could. It was too popular. It's still very popular. Let me be clear. I was competing with at least 10 people on the map at any given time. It has
Did you yell obscenities at them while you were trying to catch it?
You can't do that, unfortunately. You have 1 of 7 spawn points on the map, and he has a 6 to 10 hour spawn timer. So what I did was I set up camp, and I just sat with my game in the background at one of the spots. lo and behold, I flew around, checked all the spots and everything. 5 minutes after I get back and I set up camp again, I have this alert that it's really funny. So it's like these war drums. It will get your attention. It's these war drums and like this woo horn, and it goes, "I see you." It's called Silver Dragon and NPC scan. If you guys are nerds like me, you know what I'm talking about.
You are the coolest girl I've ever met. Also
Anyway,
the dorkiest girl.
I'm
those
sorry.
Those two things go together. They are together. It's a good thing.
So it goes off, and I like I'm freaking out while it's happening because I'm working, right? I have to close Citrix down, my remote desktop. I was like, and it took me like 3 times to click the minimize button and actually minimize the window in order to get back to WoW. I drop off my mount and I almost kill myself from fall damage, and then I start taming it immediately. There was somebody flying over there like really close, and I was like, I got it before you, you piece of crap, and I finally got my snow leopard.
Nice.
Lok Nahak.
I believe I know what you're talking about because the snow leopard was in the South Park episode. That's about all of my knowledge regarding WoW, is what South Park told me when they made fun of it.
What? I'm going to have to watch that episode again because I don't really remember.
So I had a friend of mine. Here's my only WoW story. I had a friend of mine who played WoW. We're in the wrestling team together, 7th grade. He started playing WoW then. By the time we got
By the time it came out.
By the time we got into junior high, he was like skipping school and like completely let himself go, was off the team. And when you talk to him, like the only thing that he wanted to talk about, the only thing he did was play WoW.
Hey guys.
We all kind of made fun of him about it. I mean, I remember his girlfriend at the time, super cute girl. And she was she kind of broke up with him for it. Like,
I've had people.
He wouldn't stop.
I know people
it just kept going.
I know people that have gotten divorces over Magic the Gathering.
Wow.
Divorces.
Wow. So I stay away from games like that. You know?
I understand. I used to be one of those people, but see,
when you see a game alter a person, you're like, not for me.
Well, it's just it never altered me, but I was just kind of always in that mindset where if I go hard on a game, I'm going hard all the time. And so it was WoW, it was Ragnarok, it was any MMO that I played, I would be a little bit too obsessed with it. I'm glad that
Destiny.
No, God, no. I'm passing on Overwatch for reasons. People have been trying to get me to play Overwatch for years, but I haven't done it. I got my cat. And Doraemon Story of Seasons. I had no idea this game was coming out.
I saw a screenshot of this game. It's a cute little pixel game of a guy fishing.
It's not pixel.
Well, like retro cartoon.
Well, it's like an isometric.
It's kind of like Golf Story.
You're looking at something different.
Uh-oh.
This is watercolor. Like it
yeah.
It looks like it's on a watercolor piece of paper.
I'm going to Google it.
Doraemon is a very popular IP / I think it's a comic or a manga and an anime series, and it has its own games in Japan. It's not popular in the West, so there is no physical coming in the West, but I was able to get
You're not lying. I totally was looking at something. What was the game I was looking at? I saw a game.
That's what I'm saying.
I
There's
thought
no
that was
pixels.
it. Yeah, this is not it at all.
Yeah.
Okay, I apologize.
This is a Harvest Moon Doraemon crossover. That's what it is. The creator of Harvest Moon or Bokemono was like, you know what? Doraemon would be a great IP to throw into this world and like have the main character whose name is Nobita. People are going to kill me.
Nobody's going to check you on this.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway,
we look for you to tell us who it is. There's nobody listening to the show that would know. Like you could be like, his name's Brandon, and we'd all be like, that's it, Brandon. He's in Doraemon's Story of Seasons.
I feel bad when I don't come to the table prepared. But anyway, Nobita, I believe that's his name. There's no marriage mechanic in this one because he's a kid, and they're all just getting on the getting off of the island from you're apparently thrown into a different world, and you're trying to get back to the real world that they're from. Cute game. It's the only Bokemono game that's come out since, God almighty, the 3DS back in 2017. Before you and I met, like it was the week before Zelda came out. So I'm getting that. I was able to find in Southeast Asia, because they all speak so many different languages, the universal language around there is English, and they actually have an English box physical version that it has no, the only thing is it doesn't have the ESRB rating on the bottom. Other than that, it's completely American. It has the -EUR, so it's a European cart. So yeah, I've got that. It's supposed to be releasing October 11th. So if you're listening to this now, it's out physically overseas and digitally in the United States. But I am waiting on my physical copy.
I'm gonna have to figure out what that game is. I'm sure Chris Becker will let me know. Like, I feel like he knows all things. So I saw a game that was Golf Story-esque, and there was a guy on a dock fishing. And I thought the tweet, like, what I'm remembering is I thought the tweet said something like out next week, and it was about the time you were talking about this in the Discord. And I was like, that must be it. That looks cool, like fishing game. And then I just Googled what you said, and I was like, nope, that's not it. I don't want to play that game. But yeah, I saw something. It doesn't matter. Caroline, for our 100th episode, and kind of a little bit like most of the week before that, I basically took off playing games. Yeah, kind of. I haven't really been in the mood a whole lot.
I went through a part this summer, I think it was around before Fire Emblem came out, that I was just in a funk, and I didn't want to play anything. And it was nice to reset.
I think it's because I played so much Zelda leading up to that, like, I didn't want to... Just kind of done. I didn't want to do anything.
Yeah.
It was only changed by listening to Bored with Video Games and listening to Josh never playing The Last of Us, and then Kyle committed to playing The Last of Us with him. Which, of course, I committed to playing The Last of Us again, and it was very good to go back to some comfort food. I would say it wasn't that I was in a funk. I'm definitely not there. I'm good-spirited doing things. I'm doing all my Halloween decorations. Like, I'm more in the... I'm in the mood.
You don't have to be in a funk completely. I'm saying sometimes you just get tired, and you just don't... I mean, for me, it's like I feel fatigue in my hands sometimes, and I'm literally like, I don't think I can hold a controller right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I think there's a little bit of like paralysis to start Dragon Quest, because I know how big of a game it is.
Yeah.
So I kind of don't want to start it until I'm like really ready to sit down and
buy
play.
the full game.
Yeah, I got it.
Wow.
I played like 3 hours of it.
You get it physically or digitally?
Physical. Yeah. I was definitely going to get physical. If I don't like it, I'm going to sell it. But I like it when I'm playing.
Sell it to me. You can sell it to me.
That works. I mean, I enjoyed what I played. I thought it was fun. Yeah. But it's one of those things where when I get a big game, like I kind of want to get into it the right way. I don't want to play like 30 minutes of it and then pick it up 30 minutes later. Right. I want to sit down for 5 hours and get into it and then keep playing it. And I just haven't had that kind of time. Also, like, 'tis the season. I've been putting up all of my Halloween decorations. My house looks amazing from the road. Everybody stops. We actually have people that stop. I watch them through the window. They slow down as they come by my house. We had somebody take a picture. Nice. And they posted on our neighborhood Facebook. They were like, we need more people like this.
Aww.
So that makes my heart warm. I've also been watching all of the scary movies.
I'm sure you have.
Day after day. I did realize, because I've been logging them this year, I would have to do a lot of watching from here till Halloween. But it's possible I could watch 100 movies this year, 100 scary movies.
That's 3 a day.
All scary movies. No, not all this month. Like, I'm on like 81 or 2 by the last check. I've watched that many scary movies this year so far.
Oh, it's this year.
Yeah.
Oh, so I thought you meant in the month so far.
If I try real hard to watch like one a day from here on out, or like 2 or 3 on Saturdays and Sundays, I could hit 100, which that's not the goal. I'm not trying to.
Right.
I just realized it when I was at like 81. I was like, well, I'm already here. Like, I've already come so far. You might as well. Wow. But yeah, so like, also, I mean, I bought a bunch of games too, right? So it's not just Dragon Quest. It's that it's that Breath of the Wild thing. I could play Dragon Quest and nothing else.
Yeah.
Or I could play everything else and not Dragon Quest.
It's true.
So I haven't really started playing Dragon Quest. Like, I basically just played a little bit more after the demo, after I transferred my save. And I just started playing like all these little games that I've been buying. I played Castle Crashers with Ryan and Josh, and me and Ryan played separately. And I want to get back to it, but like I said, I kind of took a week off. So like we played, and then I kind of stopped playing. But Castle Crashers is amazing, as it always is. I've been rekindling Smash, kind of. I've been playing some Smash Brothers.
Sold it
for like no reason. I just started playing Smash Brothers with Jack, like out of the blue. I was like, we should play Smash. I tried to play as Banjo. Don't like Banjo. I hear Banjo's good, but I don't like playing with him.
I haven't put my Smash cartridge in since before Hero dropped.
So you have to sit through all the little prompts that dun 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 dun.
Yeah, however much DLC. When Shantae gets added, I will be jumping back on in a heartbeat.
Spoilers. I played Goose Game, right, which we talked about. I played and beat Sayonara Wild Hearts, and I did this before our Zelda show.
I heard it was short.
It is short. You can do it in like an hour and a half. It's super short.
Yeah, it's
short. Not hard at all. It's super amazing, and I love this game. It's fantastic. It's everything I could have wanted in a game. It's like I think they're calling it, like, the buzz term is like a visual soundtrack.
Yeah, it looks really pretty.
It is gorgeous. I mean, first and foremost, it is stunning to look at. The fluidity in the transitions that the game does. Because when you first get it, it's very on rails. And you're like, well, this isn't all that good. But then I would challenge the other people that have been kind of taking stabs at its gameplay. It changes. It's always on rails, but like it starts to becoming more of a rhythm game, and then a platformer, and then a shooter at times, and like the way it jumps from third person to first person to side scrolling, it's fluid, it's fast. And if you want to S rank all those levels, you have to play hard, because getting those collectibles and stuff is tough. It's real tough. And, it tells a sweet little story if you want to read that much into it. But to be quite honest with you, the music's awesome and the visuals are awesome. Nice. And it's $15, which might be a lot for a lot of people for an hour, but I mean, it's infinitely replayable. Like I said, when I beat the game, I've beat the game, Victoria has beat the game, and Melissa has beat the game. So we all played it. Like,
so
once
it really does take like an hour.
Yeah, and once we all played it, like, everybody else wanted to play too. It's one of those games, and you see somebody playing, you're like, what is that? Because, I mean, it visually strikes and grabs you. Like, you can't get out of it. Super purple, super pink, super neon, all the good stuff. I mean, it's fantastic. You get to fly. You fly as a bird. You know, like wings. It's crazy.
I hope you fly as a bird as opposed to,
You're riding a motorcycle, and all of a sudden you're on a deer. You're hopping through the forest and stuff, and there's like boss fights, and I mean, it gets crazy. It's nuts. It's super fun. I couldn't recommend it enough. I don't think it'll be my game of the year list, but like we don't normally do like top 10s. We usually do like top 5s. It'd probably crack my top 10 on Switch of the year. I loved it that much. And then the game that I'm saving for last, the only game that I would call playing, I'm actually playing this, is Ori and the Blind Forest.
I still haven't pulled it out.
I feel like a lot of people forgot it came out. I just feel like Zelda buried it.
I was aware. It's just I still haven't played. Gosh, I bought a bunch during the eShop sale back in E3. I still haven't opened a lot of them.
So, of course, I pre-ordered Ori, and I've been playing. I talked about it on Empire, so I won't recap too much of that. It is crazy that you get Xbox achievements for playing the game. You can link your Xbox profile, and on the system, on the Switch, it says achievement unlocked. It doesn't do Xbox logo or Microsoft or anything. It just has like this little ribbon that pops up. But then on my phone, in my Xbox app, it says achievement unlocked. And it says Ori and the Blind Forest Switch version. But here's the crazy thing. When you go into your achievement like profile and your history, not listed. It's like you get points, but they don't show it to you. I don't know. I think it's super weird.
Sounds like they're in agreement to be friends, but they don't want anybody else to know.
Yeah, like they don't want a history or like details. It's like very much on the down low. Like, don't be showing our logo on your system. Don't you be showing
together,
your logo.
but we're not exclusive on Facebook.
Yeah. That's like they're like Snapchat buddies. Like they're friends with benefits, but they're not official.
Yeah.
I never beat Ori and the Blind Forest on Xbox, and I talked about that on Empire. I love this game so much. I love Ori. It's very much in that Hollow Knight era for me.
Yeah.
It was just tough. And the thing that I don't remember is if Ori had multiple difficulty options when I played it. Because I'm sure when I played it the first time, I just played it. I just clicked next and played it. So I probably played it on normal or whatever it comes out of the box.
Right.
For Switch, I'm playing on easy. Knowing how hard it gets, I played on easy. So I've been playing at work on my lunch breaks. That's why I say it's the only thing I've been kind of playing. But I've also played it. Like I'm almost to where I quit playing it last time. So you have to go and get these orbs from these different trees and come back, and then you have to like make this grand escape. I'm almost to the grand escape. And it's probably because it's on easy, but like I'm going to beat it this time. I feel pretty good about it. For some odd reason, because I mean, it feels hard to remember because 3 years ago, while it doesn't seem like forever long ago in like PSVG terms, we're talking like 500 podcasts ago.
Right.
Like it's hard to remember. I feel like I'm better at this game now than I was then, for whatever reason. So. I think maybe playing Metroid and like Hollow Knight and stuff has gotten me a little bit. I don't know. I feel it's not like the. I want to say this so it makes sense to listeners. It's not that because I'm playing on easy now I can do the things I couldn't do. I feel like I'm better at this game now because I understand like the game concept more than I did when I first played it. Like this very Metroidvania-esque, like go, branch the path out, get the upgrade, go all the way back to the place you started, go that path, get that upgrade, go all the way back. I don't know, like I feel like it's coming to me a little bit more naturally. Whereas the first time I played it, I was very frustrated and I quit. Now I'm like very into it and I keep going. And even like because Ori is not like, Ori and Hollow Knight are very similar games, but where Ori gets very difficult in like platforming, Hollow Knight gets very difficult in action. Like combat. Ori didn't have all that like crazy combat. It's pretty simple in that regard. Yeah. Ori's more like
I've noticed.
Ori's more like a Rayman game, kind of. But the difference is that Ori moves like amazingly. Ori, like to control Ori, the way Ori moves and hops around and floats, and you can air dash and all that stuff. Super fun to use Ori. Whereas I never had that feeling like with Rayman. But I don't think anybody does. It looks gorgeous on Switch. So I'm playing it portably. It looks fantastic.
I've heard that it runs at a higher FPS on Switch than it did on its original system.
Really? I can't imagine that.
Really?
Yeah, I can't imagine that being true, but I have not looked into it, to be honest. I can't tell you.
Yeah, people have said that it's technically the best version of the game as for that reason.
I didn't look into reviews or anything on it or performance because I knew that I loved the game. I am not we've talked about this. I don't think I'm as deep into like video game music as a lot of people around PSVG and a lot of our friends are. Yeah. Ori and the Blind Forest is top 5 music soundtrack for me all time.
Sure, I've heard the music from there.
It's incredible. And the score is beautiful. The artwork is gorgeous. It has like this very...
What's the sequel called?
Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Will of the Wisps, that's right.
Which I've been eagerly waiting to play for like 3 years now. It feels like it's not been 3 years, but it feels like they've delayed it over and over and over. I keep wanting to play it too, so I'm getting there. But I'm really, really enjoying it. It has like this Fern Gully-esque aesthetic kind of thing that's going on. I hate Fern Gully. It's awesome. It's so good. It's so good. It's got all the... I'm really enjoying it. And you should play it. Everybody should play it.
I will.
I would go as far as saying... Now, I'm known for my blanket statements around here. I don't want to...
Oh, yeah, you are.
I don't want to jump too quick to pronounce it. I think Ori and the Blind Forest is easily a top 20 game on Switch. Easily. Probably higher. Like, if you haven't played it, you don't know. It's just a fantastic game. I've been saying it for years, even though I couldn't beat it, or didn't beat it, or quit trying to beat it on Xbox. It's... hands down one of Xbox's best exclusives. Like it's sad because I feel like nobody played it. Nobody cares. Nobody cared. That game came out and left and nobody cared. And it's so good. It's so good. So people should play it. Anyway, that'll get me off my soapbox. But yeah, it's just movies, scary movies, playing some indies. Oh, you know what? I got a little package in the mail a couple weeks ago that I haven't talked about for a while. I backed this thing on Indiegogo.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that.
Called the M Classic, which is made by the folks from In Cables. And you plug it into your console, and then you plug the HDMI connector into it. And it has 3 different modes. It's got the off mode where it doesn't do anything. It's just a pass-through. Then it's got an upgrade graphics mode where it actually up-reses and does anti-aliasing for you.
Right.
And then there's a retro mode where it smooths over like retro consoles and HDMI stuff. I bought it for the Wii U. And that's where it's probably going to live. But I did put it on the Switch. I also put it on Jack's SNES Classic. I did not get a chance to put it on the 360 yet. I put it on the Switch, on the Wii U, and I played a lot of stuff on Wii U. I played Mario Galaxy, because here's the thing with it. It'll up-res any resolution. So, like, if you've got a 1080 picture, it'll take it to 4K.
I'm trying to imagine, like, all those 480p games
That's
in
it.
1080.
If you take a 720 game, it'll go 1080. If you take a 420 or 80 game, it'll go to 720. So it'll always up-res everything. But the thing that I think is most impressive with this is the built-in anti-aliasing. So it's got, like, this algorithm that it sees the jaggy edges, and it just basically smooths it out. And it's very reminiscent, and people may or may not like this. It's very reminiscent of like Virtual Console and the SNES Classic, where they have like the smoothing option.
Sure. And I don't like that, but
a lot of people don't.
For pixels, it's different. Like,
That's
I mean, like a pixelized style, rather.
So like on Super Nintendo, it kind of makes the picture worse because the pixel art is gorgeous and you want the hard edges and everything. However, every console between like Super Nintendo and the Switch, it makes it all look infinitely better. Like,
I'd love to see it on an N64.
The further you go back, the better it gets, I feel like.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's like on Wii U, the day I got it, I put it on Wii U, I booted No More Heroes. I took 5 pictures of a cutscene and one of playing the game No More Heroes. No More Heroes through this M Classic kind of looks like a remake. Like even Kevin admitted, like I posted a picture and Kevin was like, that looks pretty good. Like compared to No More Heroes, not a pretty game on Wii.
The original one, no.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly. And it makes it look pretty good. Mario Galaxy on Wii, when you play the Wii version, which is the version I have, doesn't look so hot like anymore. Makes it look...
It's like 360, 480.
It makes it look pretty good. I put it on Switch. The one thing I wanted to do is I wanted to put...
That's something. I'm going to have to watch some comparison videos.
There's a bunch, and they're good, too. You can go look at them, because it's one of those things, you wouldn't recognize it at first glance, but when you see it side by side, you're like, wow, that's a lot better. I want to put Fire Emblem through it, and I just haven't got around to booting up Fire Emblem, because I think Fire Emblem is a pretty edgy, jaggy game. And
I see it in places, but yeah.
I think the M Classic could take, Fire Emblem to like another level. Plus, I want to see like maybe like an old, like maybe some of these ports that only run at like 900p or 720p, like getting them to 1080. I want to put it on Breath of the Wild, getting Breath of the Wild like up full resolution, everything, see how it goes. But yeah, I kind of like it.
I'm looking at a Melee video. That's unbelievable.
It's good. I got in it really, really early. So I was in the first batch of pre-orders because I just happened to see YouTube recommended a video for it for me from Wolfden. And I watched his video on it, and I went to their campaign, and they were doing a campaign where if you were the first 500 or 1,000 or something, you got it for $50. That's what I got in for it at. I think it's like 80 out of the gate.
Still not bad. I mean, it's a pretty powerful tool.
I got it for, you know how much money I invested into my illegal Wii U. It's basically just like an investment into my Wii U to keep making my Wii U awesome, and the kids liked it, and we played Wii Golf on it, and like smoothing out Wii Sports looks really nice,
The upgrade to Melee is unbelievable.
It's good. So I just wanted to tell that if anybody was hearing about it or anything, if you're looking for like a drastically, it's going to make your game look like a brand new game, that's not it. It's not that. If you're looking for something, like if you're one of those people like me that you notice all the edges and all the things like that, and you want to get just the best you can out of something, you should have it. I think if you're a collector, if you're a retro player, then you need one of these. You need one of these. Because it'll make every retro console better. Like I haven't really played with the retro mode much because I don't do that.
I probably wouldn't either.
But all of the YouTube videos that you're kind of checking out, there's a lot of retro focused stuff where they show you how much it makes a 64 and all these different ROM emulators and stuff better. So pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. I liked it.
Super Mario 64, guys, look it up. It's amazing.
It's incredible. Like Super Mario 64, like night and day difference. Night and day. It doesn't even look the same. You're like, wow.
And I bet that's cheaper than what these people are doing, putting HDMI things in their N64s now,
Yep, exactly.
Wow, unbelievable.
So pretty cool. Caroline, let's open up our news block, and Nintendo, the Pokemon company Game Freak held a little stream.
What a tease. All right, so I was in on this for quite the majority of the day. It was in the background, and
was it 24 hours? 24-hour stream.
It was 24 hours. It started at 9 a.m. Eastern and went until 8:59 on Saturday morning. And I helping me was like, or it helped that I learned quickly that this is not a visual thing. You're supposed to be listening for audio cues. Unless you have no life, like some of the people at Cerebi did, and they just literally streamed all 24 hours. I don't know how they did it. But I had Rebecca, our friend over there, Force Minish, and she was, watching it, and we were gabbing back and forth in Discord, like, oh my gosh, did you see this? Did you see this? What was this? And this was all apparently a big PR stunt to say, there's a Galarian Ponyta. It's adorable. This is literally if a My Little Pony got thrown into the Pokemon universe.
I'm surprised like My Little Pony hasn't like tried to sue or something.
I mean, they can't. It's a cute little unicorn with very pastel colors, like almost a cotton candy, fluffy mane and tail. Mm-hmm. It's adorable. Rebecca and we thought that it was going to be a fairy type. It seemed very fairy type. But it ends up that they announced today, I think, Famitsu, and there was also a video that came out from Pokemon Company that they are saying it's a psychic type, which I guess makes sense. I'm hoping that the Rapidash, obviously there's probably going to be a Rapidash evolution that's a Galarian form too. Maybe a psychic fairy type. It'll be interesting. And it's exclusive to Pokemon Shield.
Yep. That's fun.
And that's the one that I was going to play first, believe it or not. Yeah,
I'm playing Shield because Jack was like, I have to have Sword, so I'm just playing the other one, which I told Rebecca she can totally have my Little Pony, whatever, whenever I catch one. I will give it to anybody that wants one. I will find one.
It's precious. So I can't wait. I'm a girl and I like cute things. You leave me alone. Don't rain on me and Rebecca's parade.
I think it looks fantastic. I think it's crazy that it's not a fairy type. It literally looks like what a fairy type should look like.
Yeah.
And
it's a unicorn.
Yeah, it is. All right, so the stream was absolutely ridiculous. All right,
it really was.
It's ridiculous that they did
within
this.
the first 5 hours. By noon, there were memes everywhere. Like,
that's
I can't
the best
believe all
part.
the stuff that I saw. Yeah, it is a huge meme, and I love that.
I can't say that I would support anybody doing this at all, because if any other company did this, I would rip them a new one for it. So I'm going to do the same. Like, this is absurd, stupid the way they did this. At the same time, watching Twitter that day was amazing.
Hysterical.
Because everybody got in on it.
Yeah.
They just put up a backdrop of a forest, and they basically just had sprites appear in randomly like transparent values. And everybody was posting GIFs and articles, and so it was getting the job done. It was effective. I give them credit for it. Mm-hmm. It was kind of fun to be a part of the ride, and man, the memes were so good. The Majora's memes were so good.
It's amazing.
I had so much fun just making fun of the event that it's okay by me. I'll allow it.
I just love the guys. I didn't know that. Did you see Sonic? Sonic's coming to. I just saw Sonic running through the forest. I mean, we saw Waluigi behind a tree. We saw Shrek. All that dumb stuff.
The best one was like a green toadstool, like Toad. It's just like a green.
Just there. That's pretty cute. I was hoping that we would see multiples.
Yeah, that's the ridiculous part.
It would have been a multiple Pokemon thing, but you did see little bits and pieces. Yeah. You'd hear a gallop, and you'd be like, "All right, where was it?" And then you'd see it run off in the corner, maybe an hour later. And it finally added up to, at the end of the day, pretty much, there's these two adorable Ponyta that run out together, and they nuzzle each other, and then they run off. It's so cute.
But it's not. It's cute. Don't get me wrong. But I'm angry because it's not worth the hoopla and the stream. When they go over and do 24-hour stream, I literally expected like every 10 minutes there'd be a new Pokemon or something, or not a new Pokemon, but confirm Pokemon that are in the game. Do something. There were like hours of the stream that nothing happened, and people were watching. You have to remember, it's ridiculous.
One region, though. It was just the forest region.
Still dumb. Still dumb. Super dumb.
I agree. It was a gigantic, colossal, like, waste of time. They could have done it all within just like a watch for an hour and see what happens. Yeah, they could have done that.
But it got the job done. Like, it got people talking about it. Pokemon fans were there. They were there for it. So, hate all you want. The fan base was there for it.
Well, I wonder if it was almost like you're mad about the National Dex. We're just going to make you sit here for 24 hours and suck it up.
I mean, they do a good job of trolling. Kyle wants to know, how good will Galarian, Ponyta, and Rapidash be in the competitive battle scene with Pastel Veil?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't do competitive as much as people would think that I do.
Yeah, I would expect you to be very into it. I'm not into it at all. I'm not doing
We
that.
need to bring Rebecca on. I feel like Rebecca would probably know more about this than
So
me.
Pastel Veil allows the Ponyta to shield all other party companions from being poisoned.
Correct.
And I like poison. I actually played Pokemon Alpha Ruby, Omega Sapphire. I played with a poison team. Like 4 out of because poison's a lot of fun. If you get poison Pokemon with like a ghost that can do poison, and then like you need one heavy hitter, like one sledgehammer Pokemon that can do some damage.
I made my Mimikyu have a poison move. So,
It's so much fun when you poison the entire team, and then you like throw out a Snorlax and just wait. You just sit there, you just wait.
Sleep.
It's so good. Oh, it's so fun.
I had to get rid of Ultra Necrozma and Ultra Moon because he will wipe your party very quickly unless you poison him first.
I have a poison deck with Psychic in the card game that I drive Jack just insane about because I got Mr. Mimes. I think Mr. Mimes, and maybe, or if it's not Mr. Mime, maybe I'm thinking of an Alakazam or a Gengar, but one of them has a special ability where I can move damage counters around his Pokemon, like whenever I want. So I'll just poison them all and let the damage counter start to fill, and then I'll just move them to one Pokemon and kill it, and move them to the other, and move them to the other. It's like he's being haunted.
I wouldn't imagine that it would be a psychic type. A psychic poison type would be quite interesting, though.
It's good. It's good. This comes from Hero Shade in the Discord. It came out last week. It's over on inverse.com, so if you want to go read it. It got some traction on Reddit, but none of like the big sites picked it up yet, which makes me question. I have no idea how valid this rumor is or not, but I think it's an interesting talking point, so I wanted to throw it in here. Plus, we like to do the rumors and speculation, and we haven't really had any in a while. So Caroline, a 4chan user, citing that he knew a former
right there.
Nintendo employee, stated that the next Switch, or the Nintendo Switch 2 as he dubbed it, the iteration will be a partner to the original console and exclusively meant for home gaming. So Nintendo Switch without the portable part. So it's like what they did to the Lite, but the opposite. Like you just plug it in. He says that it's meant to compete with the likes of the PlayStation 5 and the next Xbox. It's planned for an early 2021 release. That'd be around the 4-year anniversary. They listed a ton of specs, and I'm not going to go through all that. Just know it'll be higher priced than the current models. They did mention 4K, and so whether or not you believe the rumor, I guess, would be one question. The second question is, though, I think more importantly, what do you think about the idea?
It's definitely an interesting way of doing it. It is the sort of pro thing that we were thinking about. I don't believe 4K.
I think you can get to 4K resolutions without doing much. Yeah, that makes sense. It's just a resolution bump.
Well, now that we know that PlayStation 5 is officially coming out holiday 2020, it would make sense for them to start and compete
to announce something
with around that time. Yeah.
4 years for a cycle mid-refresh, because I wouldn't call it a new cycle, but for a refresh. Like with PlayStation Xbox, we got the Xbox One X and the PlayStation 4 Pro.
Right.
It would make sense to get the Switch Pro, just to kind of cater to that person a little bit more. I think it makes sense. The issue that I have with the rumor is that it would still, now I think developers have gotten to this point where it's okay. It would still, though, be rooted in the base of the customer, which is playing on the Lite, which means all games would be spec'd for the Lite and then get upgrades for the home console. Right. I'm all about this idea. I'd buy this idea in a heartbeat. It's kind of the opposite of the Wii U. It's like, we're going to sell you a handheld, but if you want a better experience, we have this box you can buy, and it'll take the same games and it'll make them even better. And if they can make the home and the Switch syncing thing, if they can make it a little bit better, I actually think they could move some units. Now, here's the thing. I don't think they can move a lot of units this way, which makes me question the rumors. I don't know how many people are out there like me that would. Sure. But at the same time,
maybe Breath of the Wild 2 is only available.
No. They would definitely not do that. But you're kind of going exactly where I was going to go. I've been saying this for a while. I think Breath of the Wild 2, March 2021. If they release a console at home that said, like, if they showed you, like, hey, you remember Breath of the Wild, that game you played? Now you can play it at 1080p 60. Yeah. Now the frames never fall. And check out what Breath of the Wild 2 does. It's prettier. It's vibrant. It's better on the home console. Yeah. If they did that, I would buy one because I still play a lot of my Switch games docked. And it would basically phase out the original Switch. So you'd have the Lite, you would have the Pro, like the dock. You're essentially selling the dock.
Sure.
And you could choose which one you could play, or you could choose to play both. And if you wanted both, it'd be expensive. You know, the article, by the way, mentioned like $400 price. I would need really good specs for that.
Yikes!
Because I just don't know. I mean, I want to say I don't know, but I mean, devs have gotten. I feel like I've been corrected this generation. Developers have gotten really, really good at scaling games. You can take an amazing, awesome game and put it on phones, and then you can have it looking 4K beautiful on X. So I think they can do it. I think certain games could take a lot of, like they could get a lot out of something like this. Yeah. So I would support the idea. I like the idea. I just don't know how much I believe the rumor. It seems really far-fetched.
Well, the fact that it's from 4chan already gives me the red flag. But that is...
Seems very un-Nintendo.
Yeah.
I think is the best way to put it. It's just very non-Nintendo.
That's so far in the future. I'm more concerned about I better be having a Switch Lite Animal Crossing version.
Oh, that's definite. That's absolutely happening. For sure. Your only question is whether or not you like it or not. Or the other question is whether or not they make more than one.
Don't do that to me.
What if they release 3? Or no. Here's how you do it. Oh, man, if I ran Nintendo, I'd make so much money. I would release an Animal Crossing Lite for every season of the year.
Stop! I would buy them.
And I would make all the Animal Crossing fans buy 4 of them. Here's the fall Switch, here's the winter Switch, here's the spring Switch, and the summer Switch.
I think if they do it, it will be looking similar to what your Nook phone looks like, or it has just like a nice island motif. I think an island Switch.
I think an island motif would work really well. Some bright little vibrant colors would be kind of cool. But I hope if they do... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say it would match what they're going for with a Nook phone if it, looked similar to the device that's in the game.
I'm a little, I don't want to say fearful, that's not the right word. I'm interested to see if the Lite overtakes the Switch and we get more customization and options for the Lite and less Switch, because even though, I'm very excited for Animal Crossing. I would not buy an Animal Crossing Lite. I would buy Animal Crossing Joy-Cons. I totally would. Yeah. Totally would. So I kind of hope that...
If
I hope
both
they've got
of them
something
exist,
like that.
I'm buying both.
I hope they got something. Speaking of Joy-Cons, I got the Halloween Joy-Cons.
I know.
After I went on our podcast like 3 weeks ago and was like, I'm not going to buy them. I was like, I'm totally going to buy them. That purple just gets to me.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I need purple and orange to complete my neon set. I'll have every neon color of the rainbow. And I noticed, by the way, if people are interested, Japan Nintendo Store is selling full sets of both sides of purple, both sides of orange, and both sides of the blue.
I need somebody to show me an eBay listing of the alternate purple one. I'll get that one. I don't like the orange one as much. I could get rid of the orange one.
Last I looked on Nintendo Store, they still weren't up, so I'm not exactly sure.
I could get rid of the orange one completely for another purple one and be happy. I thought I was going to say something I forgot. Oh well. Moving on. Doom Eternal has been delayed. This is very sad for me. I wasn't getting on Switch, but it is a Switch game, and it's one of their bigger third-party Switch games. Doom Eternal has been delayed to March 20th, 2020, with the Switch version just to be determined at a date later.
Do you know why they did that? Do they know why they did that? Because March 20th, 2020 is Animal Crossing, and there's no way they're going to compete with that.
This is crazy. This game has been showcased for 2 years. It's been playable at cons and everything.
I can't believe that it's being delayed.
Stadia was behind it. Like, everybody was behind this game. It's a launch game for all this stuff, and they've showed it, and people went hands-on and just got delayed.
I can't believe it.
Caroline, I bought the helmet. I had a Doom helmet. Ugh,
I know.
Sad. Out now on your Nintendo Switch eShop, Trine 4 and Trine the Ultimate Collection, Alliance Alive HD, Yooka-Laylee in the Impossible Lair, which Sean Capri loves.
Really?
And it got great reviews.
Okay, well, that's the thing. So for those of you guys that know, Yooka-Laylee is kind of like the spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie. It's done by the same people that did it at Rare, that were at Rare at the time. I forget what their name is now, what they were...
Platonic?
Platonic, that's right. And this one is not a 3D platformer. It is 2D side-scroller.
Donkey Kong Country.
Yes.
So like
pretty much.
Sean has been talking about that for about a week and a half now, and what I was going to say was, of course the game is better because they're emulating a great game in Donkey Kong Country and not a mediocre game like Banjo-Kazooie. Mm-hmm. So of course it's going to be better. How you like that, Jacob?
He's going to kill you.
Killer Queen Black is out, and of course Doraemon, which you've already mentioned, is out. Out next week, though, Witcher 3 Switcher, Overwatch, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, Little Town Hero from Game Freak. I'm very interested in seeing the reviews for that.
Same.
Zombieland Double Tap. I'm very interested in seeing the reviews for that. Please be good. It's not going to be good. Please be good. Please let them come say this mobile game is amazing because I want it to be. Hat in Time finally makes its way over.
Digital only. I'm still waiting on physical for November.
And Return of the Obra Dinn. So there's a lot of games right there. I am getting Overwatch, and I will try to Overwatch. And based off of what people have told me in the Discord, I don't expect me to play this game for more than an hour.
Good luck.
Jack is so excited to play Overwatch. I had no idea that he even knew what this game was. Yeah. When he saw the logo, he was like, "Oh my god, we have Overwatch for Switch."
It's this generation's Team Fortress 2, pretty much.
All of his friends play. Like, he's so excited. Caroline, every time he opens the Switch, he checks it to see if it's available. Oh, like he clicks on it and waits, gets the error message and everything. Oh. So I'm gonna try to play it. Kyle sent me like a training video I can watch on YouTube.
Yeah, you're gonna
try to figure out how to play. I'm a little upset that there's no like campaign or story or mode or something. You know, even like a small thing.
I'm not aware of how it actually works.
I've never played this game.
I know the characters, and I know that there's a ton of characters now, whereas when it launched, there were maybe only like 10.
This is probably the biggest blind spot I've had in gaming this generation. This is a generational game. Like, if you were ranking the most influential games.
Well, this is me forcing myself to be in a blind spot because I knew I didn't want to go down that MMO rabbit hole again.
Wow. Yeah. I'm going to play it. We'll see how I like it. Probably won't, but I'm going to play it. You
will love Diva and Mercy.
I know that they are characters. That's all I know. I couldn't pick them out. I don't know what they look like, but I know those names.
Diva will be your girl.
Okay. Well, I'm all about that. I'm all about some waifu stuff.
She's my favorite.
Cool stuff. Good.
Yeah.
Let's get into our Shack questions directly from you. Grouchy says, Sony looks like it will knock 2020 out of the park. That's for sure. Are there any concerns that this will stifle the growth of the Switch? And do you think Nintendo will try to combat it in any way?
I don't think next year is our year at all. Just because, I mean, I'm going to play Animal Crossing, for the next 3-4 years, foreseeable future.
What if it's not good? Have you thought about that yet? Like, is there anybody thinking, like, what if Animal Crossing is not good?
People said that City Folk wasn't good, and I still enjoyed it.
Okay.
It was just like a Wild World clone, but the thing is, my sister had a DS and I didn't. So I didn't experience that Wild World feel. Animal Crossing is Animal Crossing. I'm going to play it. I'm going to get all the fish. I'm going to get all the bugs regardless.
Hang on. Before we keep getting to this, Romaine corrects me and says that there are player versus everyone story events against bots in Overwatch. But like, they're also
kind of a first person.
They said that the events are in our Discord. They mentioned the events are like annual or timed or something. So like maybe they're not always available or something. But I was
it sounds to me like it's a season thing.
Yeah, I was interested in something like that. I can't say that I'm shocked because obviously Fortnite and Paladins and things like these are the same, but I'm shocked that there's no offline content at all for a full price game. You would think that there'd be like, I'm not asking them to like give me a Gears 5 campaign. I'm just thinking of all the games I've played, I've thought like, wouldn't there be like a training sim or something, like a targets mode you could just shoot? Because like, what if we're playing in the car? We just can't play the game at all, ever?
Maybe, but it's Blizzard. You got to remember that everything that they do is pretty much online.
I know. I'm not trying to argue for change. I just thought it was a little weird. I thought there'd at least be like a targets mode, like go shoot stuff, go shoot bullseyes. Sorry, back to 2020.
2020, I mean, I'm fine with it just being an Animal Crossing year. That's anything else is a surprise to me at this point because I don't know anything.
Well, anything is a surprise because we don't know anything besides Chronicles.
That's just it. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Chronicles.
I don't need anything like
Chronicles. 100-hour games take forever, so
for sure. I don't need anything aside from those two things to get me through the year. At that, like, I mean, that's how hard I go into Animal Crossing. Really.
Grouchy, You're absolutely right. Nintendo's going to have to bring some sort of oomph to stay relevant because the talk of next gen has already begun and it will continue to do so. And as we get into 2020, you're already seeing it. Like, of course, we have Animal Crossing, and that will appease a core market of the Nintendo fans, but not 40 million people are not going to buy Animal Crossing. Like, it's a smaller niche. So they've got to bring something else because you're talking about a year that's going to have The Last of Us, Cyberpunk, now Doom. I mean, there's a lot of really big games. Like, I'm very excited about Dying Light. There's a lot of huge games coming out next year that they're going to have to get out there, which is why I'm going to stay to this. I'm going to stick true to this prediction. We're getting a Mario game next year, and it might. I don't think it's 3D World. I think it's more than that. I was thinking today, like, they do have that HD port of Galaxy and Galaxy 2 in like China. We could see something like that, but I think we're getting a new Mario game. I do. That's what I think it is. I think they're going to try to lean with their most casual of, like their Blue Ocean character, Mario. And they're going to try to put something around Mario. And then we're going to find more details about Zelda. And now Zelda's not going to be out by next fall.
Yeah.
But
I expected to see it at E3.
Yes. But we'll see the new Zelda. We'll understand what it is. We'll all be excited and happy for the new Zelda. They'll throw in some ports. We'll have Animal Crossing. We'll have Xenoblade. They're going to put in a Mario game. I'm going to will into existence Mario Golf. And it will be good. It can't be, like, nothing beats new hardware. I think gamers like buying new hardware. Mm-hmm. New hardware's fun and sexy. And next gen with ray tracing and all this stuff they're talking about. Do you see PlayStation's putting HD rumble into the controllers? So
yeah.
They're finally getting there. And now all the fanboys will talk about how great it is when I was saying it. And
like, I just love to go back to the Sony PlayStation Classic.
I got made fun of a lot for making fun of or like trying to sell HD Rumble. The Switch came out because, to be honest, it's like such a throwaway at this point. Like, I don't even care if my Joy-Cons rumble, but it was funny.
I turn Rumble feature off on a lot of stuff.
I do too. It tends to be bothersome more than anything else.
Yeah.
Like, the only game I like Rumble on is Forza. Outside of that, you can stop making my controller vibrate.
Sure, I can see that. Car games.
So yeah, and I'm sure they're going to try to, like, we had no idea that The Witcher 3 could ever make it. So like, what game out there, like, could Grand Theft Auto come? Like, things like that. Speaking of Grand Theft Auto, did you say that Grand Theft Auto was rated in Australia for a release? Like,
really?
GTA 3 was rated for a release.
For Switch?
No, nobody knows.
Oh, it's just been randomly rated.
Yeah. And I haven't looked. No, I admit I haven't looked up on this in a couple of days. This came out last week. I haven't checked on it since the weekend, so maybe it's been unveiled or whatnot by now. But I believe October 22nd, if memory serves, is like a big day for Grand Theft Auto, or the day that game released or something, the anniversary. And there was a lot of hubbub about maybe that game making its way to Switch. It could just be a PC release, like an up-res model. It could be the ROM getting over to Xbox, because it's already on PlayStation 4. But if it did get stealth dropped like that, I'd be really excited. How dumb is it that I would be really excited to play GTA 3 on Switch?
I've never been into GTA. I've never gotten the allure of it, but yeah, I'm looking at it. It's been re-rated as of the last week of,
like, in Australia, September. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, there's something there. Just keep your eyes out and ears. Maybe we might be hearing something about that in the future.
Weird.
I would buy the snot out of Vice City on Switch.
I've heard things about Vice City.
I love Vice City. Like, the only game that I really want is a brand new Vice City game. I think that would do everything for me. All right, our next question is, when do you think we'll see more games added to Nintendo Switch Online, and what Super Nintendo games do you want to see come to Switch next?
I think they're going to start doing this on a quarterly thing. So we'll see a Q1 batch, Q2, Q3, Q4. It beats the heck out of random, silly NES titles that nobody cares about every single month.
Sure.
It's just like, we were at the point of just like, go away. We don't care anymore. I think doing it in every 3 months is a nice even number.
Okay. Yeah,
what do I want to see?
I think, like, when they do directs, like, which is basically the same thing you're saying, when they do directs, like, they could easily shove 1 or 3 or 4 of these in there, and, like a little fluff announcement. That's fine. Yeah.
I don't remember what was even launched. Was Chrono Trigger originally on there?
No, Chrono Trigger's not on there, and that's one that a lot of people go to. My issue with this question is, a lot of the games that I would say, I don't think would ever come.
ever coming.
They're licensed games or sports games. They're already released, like Dragon Quest is already out there, or they're already being re-released, like The Lion King is already being done.
Right.
So I couldn't offer anything that I think actually makes sense.
The Mega Man X games are that way. Secret of Mana, maybe.
I mean,
that got redone as Collection of Mana, so
we're conditioned to expect this, I guess, every year we'll get an update, so maybe we won't see another console until next year.
Yeah.
It sucks to say that. I wish for more, but I mean, I played Super Mario World. I've been playing a little bit of this game, so I mean, I still like Nintendo Switch Online and the Super Nintendo games, but I just don't know what would happen. Chris says SimCity. Chris in the chat says SimCity.
I know that our boy Kevin wants to see Earthbound.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Do that at E3. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Do that.
Illusion of Gaia. I doubt it'll ever come, but that's a great one.
Yeah, see, like the stuff that I would go for would like I'm thinking like NBA Jam. You know, like they're never going to put that out there. Tecmo Super Bowl, like these games, I would play Tecmo Super Bowl so much, and that'll never make it.
Yeah. Oh well.
If Sony was to wake up tomorrow and pull an Xbox and put an exclusive game of theirs on Nintendo Switch, which one would you choose and why? And the question comes in from Lewis.
The Kingdom Hearts series. Period.
Ooh, good one. Good answer.
I have been I hadn't played Kingdom Hearts, and as big of a Disney fan and Final Fantasy fan as I was, my friends in college couldn't believe it. So freshman year, I met these two guys, Jensen and Michael, and they're dear to my heart still. And we were all big in video games. And I said, yeah, I've never played Kingdom Hearts, even though I followed the series and I knew what everything was about. And Jensen goes, you've never played Kingdom Hearts. He had his PlayStation 2 up there with him. And so I played through the first and second game with them. I've never experienced the third game, but I've heard mixed things about it. But I'd like to own those games in my collection. I think like the main series titles would be something that would be perfect for Switch.
Would you rather have Kingdom Hearts or Persona?
Kingdom Hearts is tried and true for me, so I'd rather have that. But I know I need to play Persona. I know I do.
That hurts. That hurts me,
No,
Caroline.
I do. I haven't. Why can't they put Persona on like PC?
I thought you can look this up after the show. I actually thought it got rated for PC. I thought I saw a rumor like that for somewhere, but it was going to be like a year after.
I
or
would
something.
play it in a heartbeat if it were on PC.
The easiest answer for me would always be The Last of Us. Like, if you're going to ask us a PlayStation question, my mind's going to immediately go there. I think that's completely unrealistic and dumb, so that's not going to be my answer. I'm going to try to come up with a good answer. There is a game that is a masterpiece. It's a beautiful artwork of video game. It's amazing. It could run on Switch if they wanted it to, and it would be perfect. It would be essentially what Xbox did with Ori. The PlayStation version of Ori would be Journey. And if PlayStation could put a game on Switch, Journey would make the most sense in the world. It would be incredible to play that game again. And that would be the one that I would pick. I would obviously pick Persona 5 because then maybe I would have a chance of beating it. But, or like Journey would be the one. Like, I think if there's a Nintendo Switch game over there, that's the Nintendo Switch game in my mind. So that's how I'll answer that question.
We've gotten the Final Fantasy game, so I don't think that Kingdom Hearts is too shy from, a reality.
I think we could get a port of an old one. I think that's possible.
Well, yeah. I mean, it doesn't even have to be the 1.5 remaster versions or anything like that. It just, like...
It'd be cool if they brought the 3DS one.
Square has a good relationship with Nintendo.
Wasn't that a part of the collection? Like the 3DS one, didn't that one get remastered and released on PlayStation?
I don't know.
I thought it did.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't follow that kind of stuff, so yeah.
Let's close with this. This is a good question. And it lines up with some stuff I've been following as well.
Okay.
I got two questions for... Oh, I just realized I forgot to write the person's name down. I'm going to have to go look on Twitter. I apologize. I want to say Austin, maybe? I apologize. If you're listening to this and you're like, that's my question. I apologize. I got two questions for the Shack about Smash Brothers. We know there's more Smash DLC fighter to come. And we know that other fighters will come after this fighter pass is done. Mm-hmm. So here's the first question. It's the easy one. Caroline, will the extra fighters outside of the pass also get an amiibo?
Absolutely.
You think so?
Yes.
So they're just going to keep making amiibo?
Yes. They print money. The Smash line is the most selling amiibo stuff.
Of course, I know
done.
that.
People
I mean,
want all
eventually
of
they
them.
got to stop though, right? Like, eventually they have to.
They didn't have to make any Smash ones for this new game, but they did. I guess
you're right. They take forever.
I would rather them take forever and make a beautiful product. Like my Ivysaur is, oh my god, so amazing.
It was the first thing Jack said when we got him. I was like, Ivysaur looks dope. Like, it was like top amiibo tier. He's good.
And he's my favorite. He's my favorite of the 3 in that evolutionary chain. So I was really excited. Okay. Yeah, they will.
Here's the next question. Now, I already wrote mine down, so if you don't have them, I've got some ready.
Oh.
He wants to know, what are our top 5 most wanted to see come to Smash Brothers next? Now,
Shantae.
Here's an interesting thing. So, you know Sabi, right? She leaked all the E3 stuff.
Yep.
She's doing a poll. So we've had this question since I did the giveaway. So we've had this question for like a month. She did a poll last week in her forum, and they got, let's see here, I don't know, 1,200, 1,400 votes. Like crazy insane amount of votes from her like Smash-based community. So I have my list, and I also have the most expected list from, I guess, call it the fans or the Sabi fan community.
All right. Most wanted to see.
Is this yours?
This is mine. This is mine based off of, just wishful thinking. Shantae, the true form of Midna, or Tetra. Sheik's already in there. I'm just thinking of Zelda characters. Shoot. I would not mind a Kingdom Hearts character. I think that's totally in the realm of possibility now.
All right.
I'm thinking.
So here's what the Sabi community have.
Yep.
Number 1, coming in with 1,102 votes for first place, Doom Guy.
Ew, why?
Number 2 is Gino.
But he already has. Oh, I'm sorry. A Pyramithra Rex combo.
That's number 3 on my list.
Really? On your list.
Number 3 on the Sabi list is Ryu Hayabusa.
Yeah, I can see that from.
Number 4 on the Sabi list is Crash Bandicoot. I don't want Crash Bandicoot in this game at all, ever. No. Number 5 in the list is Sora.
He is a very popular choice right now.
Number 6 is Steve.
No.
I like Steve, actually. It's not on my list, but I wouldn't. If they came out and said Steve is in, because I think a Minecraft level would be awesome. Like actual level, if you could like break blocks and pillars and stuff, and they would rebuild I think that'd be great. I'd love that. Kids would love it. All right, here's my list. And this one's kind of a joke, but also like if it actually ever happened, if the internet willed this into existence, it'd be my favorite announcement ever in video game. Number 5, Goose for Smash. I don't even like the game that much, and I don't care. If you could honk and like bite people, that would be amazing. Number 3 is my idea that I came up on the podcast, where you have the 3 houses Echo Fighters. So all of the 3 house leaders, and they could rotate and palette swap.
More Fire Emblem.
Take the same idea and you go to number 3 with Pyra and Mithra. I think that's a good palette swap Echo Fighter. Number 2 for me, Shantae for Smash. Yes. Number 1 for me, Travis for Smash. I mean, I found a Twitter account today that followed me today out of the blue. There's a Twitter account dedicated to Travis for Smash. That's what it's called. Travis for Smash. Travis touchdown in Smash Bros. Would be a great achievement for one Suda 51. It'd be a great acknowledgement over his like career and the games he makes. And most importantly, it would be a great way to get people at least known of the character before the next exclusive game comes out.
That's true.
And if that game's coming out next year, like, it could probably use a little highlight and polish. Plus, dude, he has a lightsaber. He's got an awesome red leather jacket. I mean, it would look cool, especially if they kept to like the cell shaded style. If they could keep that look, but put
I don't know if they could though, because Smash
I know that's
kind
the thing.
Of clay molded look.
But if they kept that look and put it in Smash, that would even offset it even more. And I would love to see what his level would be like. What would a Travis, would it be like his trailer? Like, that would just be freaking awesome. Like, it would be really, really cool. So those are my answers. Getting back to you, you got to give me about 2 more.
No, I gave you like pretty much. I think we could probably get a Dante clone of Bayo.
I would totally be down for it. He made number 8, and I thought about putting, so he would have been my number 5. He would have been my goose map. Like, I totally would have went for a Dante.
I think he's a very. I mean, they got obviously the relationship with Platinum, and
Well, the director said that it was Capcom, but the director said that we couldn't do Dante unless we had Devil May Cry on Switch, which we have, like the old ones. We got Devil May Cry and Devil May Cry 2. I would like to get more. I mean, I don't know.
What about Leon from Resident Evil?
So
that's a good one.
Tim Olf brought that one up, Leon and Jill, and I think they would be. Those are slam dunk characters. Like, that would be awesome.
Absolutely.
They deserve it. It's totally worth it. Resident Evil, like, they've put all the Resident Evil they can put on the system they basically have. Right. I would love to see Resident Evil 7 come to Switch. I know they have, like, the cloud version. I would like to see an actual version of it. If they can get it there, I would like to see it. It's a really
Resident Evil's one that I would not be surprised. Like, if Terry Bogard is in, I think Resident Evil absolutely needs to be represented.
What about something from Monster Hunter? Like, the protagonist, just the Monster Hunter.
I don't know if you could. There's really not. I mean, what would it just be called? The Hunter?
Yeah, because they're like, all. I mean, we have the hero. Yeah. It's better than Doom Guy.
Monster Hunter is huge in Japan. I mean, it's like the biggest thing.
I'm looking at this list. Let me talk about the ones that I think are good. They got Chrono. I wouldn't hate that. They got Layton. I wouldn't hate that. Travis Touchdown is on here. He's way down there though at 28. Jill Valentine at 24. They have Master Chief, which is I think is deserving, but I don't know. I don't want to.
They're not that official, guys. Okay, they're not.
I just don't. Yeah, that's exactly right. Like, they haven't done enough, in my opinion. But at the same time, like, I don't want Master Chief like in my Smash Brothers universe.
Super Nintendo's right. Palico. A Palico would be a perfect representation of Monster Hunter.
The one that I really like on here, and it's way down the list, would be 2B from Nier Automata. That's a good one because she'd be an awesome Smash character. Like, the character, she'd be dope. And if they came coupled with an announcement for Nier Automata for Switch, that would be even better. That'd be awesome. So they got Phoenix right on here. They got Tracer on here, which I'm sure I'll find out later. Lloyd. Shantae is on here at number 14. She's behind Rex, Waluigi, Dante, Rayman, Steve, Byleth, Sora. You know,
Rayman's really popular.
I don't like that.
Rayman's a kind of classic. Like, I think I would expect to see Spyro before you see Rayman.
I would take all of my answers and all of your answers before Rayman in a heartbeat. Over Waluigi too. I don't want Waluigi. And you know what? I'm kind of a Geno hater. I get it. I get that the game is important to a section of Nintendo fans. Mm-hmm. Geno the character does not deserve to be in Smash Bros.
Gave you a Mii Fighter outfit.
That's ridiculous.
Like, I mean, it faded the Sans fans. Like, Sans got, a costume and everybody's fine with it now. And Sans is in Smash. And
I would rather have Sans than Geno. Literally. Like, at least it's more current. It's more modern. And I don't know. Like, I guess I'm just a hater. I guess I just don't have the undying love.
You never played Super Mario RPG.
I played it, but I didn't it's not there for me like it is for most people. But that aside, like, the character itself, like, I would rather have Professor Gad than Geno. Like, there's a lot of people I'd rather have than Geno. If that's what we're going to go with, I could come up with 20. I don't know. Is that? I
still love my
I'll take Steve over Geno in a heartbeat.
Pyra and Mithra, switch between them, like, and with Rex as like the Pokemon trainer in the background, switching between them as they fight. You can't.
I'm trying to fight for my son here. You know how much Jack would scream and cry if they announced Steve for Smash Bros? He would lose his mind.
I remember when Minecraft didn't even have a named protagonist.
Okay.
You just dropped into the world and did your own thing.
And if he just like walked around and did like his little, like he just like did his little sword shop, that'd be awesome. You could like build a brick and throw it at somebody. Like I said, the level alone, a Minecraft stage, whether or not they get the character, a Minecraft stage should happen. A Minecraft stage is awesome. That's a good idea. It's an easy idea. We should have a Minecraft stage and a Lego stage.
Bleh. I have words, but I just...
Lego guy and girl for Smash. Just generic Lego person.
I'm too tired to argue about it.
Okay, I get you. I understand. Chris is default Fortnite guy.
Kevin, I tag you to come to my aid and...
Oh, he's gonna hate this. Yeah.
Rage for I'm
surprised that we don't have Fortnite stuff in Smash for real. Like
It's
that,
too recent.
like that pony. Like, how is that not like a weapon you just pick up and hit somebody with? That makes a lot of sense. Get like some accessories or something in there. Some cross promo. What if you did a Smash stage where you all flew off of the thing and you landed on the stage, start fighting each other?
Nope.
That'd be awesome. You guys are
I'm not
hater
a
over
Fortnite
all.
person.
You just want
I just
no
don't-
children to have any happiness below you. Like anybody that came after you, just they're doomed forever. You can't enjoy anything.
That's not far from the truth.
I know. That's the thing with you, nostalgia people. All the nostalgia people, like people cling to what they had. Nobody else can have any fun. I'm totally fine for announcements not being for me, but for Jack. And if it makes him happy, I think he would rather have Fortnite Guy and Steve over everybody we just named. For sure.
I just don't think it fits Smash. Don't think it fits.
Travis or Smash.
Shantae.
There's no way we'll make enough noise to ever get that in, but I kind of want it.
Shantae for Smash is pretty big on Twitter.
Travis makes sense. They had exclusives, like all of the games are available. They want to port the games to Switch. They have a new exclusive. They have Travis Strikes Again. Like, why not?
Shantae's had 5 games on Nintendo consoles. 5 games.
Yeah.
She's the girl. And her moveset of the game is already lends itself
Yeah, but here's
perfectly.
the problem. They took Apple's money, so you're out. You know? They're double dealing. They're playing both sides. Can't be having that.
It'd be like that.
All right, that'll do it for this week on the Nintendo Shack. We will come back next week. Next week, we got to record a little early, so we'll go a little early next week. I'll make sure I take off work a little early, and we'll go live, I don't know, 6:30ish, because I got plans that night. So awesome. That'll do it. Caroline, you got anything you want to add?
Nope.
Okay, that'll do it for us tonight. Good night, Kooplings.
Good night. Bye.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. This is Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening. And I forgot the line already. What?
This has been a production of the Play Some Video Games Podcast Network. Find more great content at playsomevideogames.com.